Hey guys, my name is Saurabh and today we are going to solve an interesting problem whose name is set and array update. Its code is EXOCODE4. Difficulty level for this problem is Cakewalk and prerequisite for this problem is none. So let's move to our problem statement. So this is our problem statement. It simply says that Seth purchased an array A having an integer value. After playing it for a while, he got bored of it and decided to update value of its element. In 1 second, he can increase value of each array element by 1. He wants each array element's value to become greater than or equal to k. Please help Seth find out the minimum amount of time it will take for him to do so. And let's check the input part. So first line consists of two space separated integers n and k. Second line of an space separated integer denoting an array A. So basically there will be two input n and k in the first line, and for second line there will be n space separated integers. And what is the output? So output basically the time required such that all the array elements are at least k. So this was our question. Let's move to our open board where we will understand how to solve this problem. Now according to question, n and k will be given. What is n? N is the size of array. So suppose we have an array of n size, suppose n is equal to 7. So we need to take 7 element here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's give it some values. 3, 2, 1, 9, 8, 6 and 5. And k is equal to, suppose that 5. Now he can change every element of this array by 1. He can increment all the elements in 1 second. 1 second is equal to increment by 1. Increment by 1. So how much time he required such that every element are at least k? How can we do that? So simply let's see here. This 9 is already greater than equal to k. This already greater than equal to k. This is already. Means there are 3 numbers. And these numbers we need to increment such that it becomes at least k. So let's try to update every element every second. So after 1 second, all the value will be 4, 3, 2, this will be 10, 9, 7 and 6. Again after 1 second, these value will be 5, 4, 3, 11, 10, 8 and 7. After 1 second, 6, 5, 4, 12, 11, 9 and 8. After again 1 second, these value will be 7, 6, 5, 13, 12, 10 and 9. So you can see that all the elements of this array are at least 5. Okay, 5 is the minimum element and all the elements are greater than or equal to that k. This means we just need to think about minimum number of this array. So this is minimum number. So if an array is given and there are n numbers, so first we need to find the minimum number, and if that minimum number is greater than or equal to k, this means we doesn't need to do anything. We acquired our requirement. So this means we achieve our requirement. So our answer will be 0 in that case when minimum element will be greater than or equal to k. And if minimum element is less than k, then how many steps, or we can say how many seconds we required? So in this case minimum element was 1, k equal to 5. Then how many seconds we required? So total 4 seconds we required, means k minus minimum. So this will be our answer if minimum less than k. So k minus minimum will be our answer. We don't need to increment all the elements every time, every second. We just need to think about the minimum element present here. If minimum element is greater than or equal to k, this means all the elements will be greater than or equal to k. This is simple logic. So let's write our code. So first of all, we need to take two values n and k. Then we need to take an array. So if I write code in Python, then this is simple. First of all, we need to take two values. So n comma k is equal to map int input dot split. Input dot split. So this is way to take two values in Python. Now take array is equal to same thing, and everything will be inside list. Map int input dot split. So now we need to find the minimum element of this array. How can we find that? We can simply run a loop, or we can use min function present in our Python. But let's run a loop. So how can we run a loop? So for that we need to know about the size. So n is the size of this array. So let's write for I in range n. Every time we need to access an element. So array of I will be element, and if we need to take an element minimum, just take minimum as max, so float. Okay, mn equal to float inf. Okay, so this is minimum. Whenever you have a problem like minimum and maximum, then at starting just take minimum as a very big number and just take maximum as very small number. So if array of I is less than that minimum, then we need to change our minimum equal to array of array. Suppose that we have value like 2, 5, 7, then and 1. Okay, and if mn is equal to very big number, so first when this loop will run, then first time this 2 will come, and if we will compare this mn with 2, then mn is a very big number. So a big number is less than mn. Sorry, this 2 is less than that mn. Okay, so this 2 is less than that mn. So mn will equal to that number. So mn is equal to 2. Whenever this element will come, then this condition will be false. So mn will not be updated. Same for this. And whenever this number will come in contact, then array of I means 1 is less than that 2. So our condition is true, means mn is updated with 1. So by running this loop, we can easily know what is the minimum number in this array. So minimum, we can easily find our minimum number. So check if that minimum number is greater than or equal to our k, then simply print 0. Otherwise, else, in else part, just print k minus n. So this is our whole logic. Just write this program in our CodeChef website. So first of all, we need to take two value n comma k in form of map int input dot split. For array, we will take list map int input dot split. Now we need to take the minimum elements. So first of all, take minimum as a very big number. So inf infinite. Run a loop. So for I in range n, every time we will access element present at ith index. So if mn and here array of I, if that array of I is less than our minimum, then update our minimum. So minimum is equal to array I. If this minimum element is greater than or equal to our k, then simply print 0, means we doesn't require any second, we are already past our condition. Else print k minus mn. Now check this code on our this input 3, 4 and 1 to 5. 3, 4, 1 to 5. The answer will be 3 in this case. Now let's submit this code. Great. And this is our C++ solution. Here int main. Now we have taken two values n comma k. We have created an array of n size, and every time we have taken a value for that array. So an array has been created. Okay, so now we are going to take minimum element. we can assume minimum element as maximum in starting, or we can say we can take minimum element as first element also. So for minimum is equal to a0, and whenever I find an element that is less than minimum, then I can simply update our minimum element. If our minimum element is greater than or equal to k, then simply print 0, else print k minus min. So this is our C++ code. Now let's check some error code, some mistakes done by students. So this is our first error code. In this code, okay, this is in C++, using namespace std long n comma k array of n. Every time he is taking a of I. Okay, now C out n. Oh, this is the problem here. If you have an array of size n, then you can't print simply n. This is not the answer. Answer is simply k minus minimum element min, if that min element is less than or equal to k, and if min element is greater than k, then you can simply print 0. This is the solution. Now let's move to our next error code. So this is our next solution. Here he have given a loop while n, and he is not terminating this loop. So this went in infinite loop. So this is the problem here. Infinite loop. Whenever you start any loop, then you should terminate it, otherwise this will went into an infinite. Okay, this is the next solution. N comma k min, okay, int max c in array of I. Okay, if min is greater than array of I, he is taken min is equal to array of I, it's fine. Now you can't simply print k minus min. There should be two conditions. If that min element is greater than or equal to k, then simply print 0. Otherwise, else print k minus min. So this was our today's video. If you have any problem or any doubt, then just post it. And the most important thing, if you haven't subscribed our YouTube channel, then kindly subscribe it, because every day lot of content are coming on our website as well as our YouTube channel. And I will meet you in our next video. Until, keep coding.